There we go. Team YouTube is live again. Technical issues. It is patch day after all. Team YouTube should be up and running again. Right, I've basically told my CPU to handle all of the video encoding instead of my graphics card. Which most people would think is an absolutely ludicrous idea. But I'm convinced that because I have a monster of a CPU, it's actually perfectly fine to do. Oh, now we're cooking. Now the graphics card is chilling, look. Now the graphics card is absolutely coasting. No problems whatsoever. No problems. My CPU can do more work all day. All day. I have a 7900X, so my CPU is absolutely blasting compared to what is needed. That's much better. OBS gets priority as well. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit more balanced. The GPU doesn't need to do all the hard work if the processor can do it. Alright, let's see how that feels over the next 20 minutes, half an hour, shall we? Say hello, Team YouTube, if you're there. I can't quite figure out if it's working properly for Team YouTube. I think it is. Sometimes when streams crash, it goes wonky. It looks as if it's working my end. I'll trust it's working my end. Doesn't, well, we'll fix it tomorrow. We'll fix it tomorrow. Okay, where did we actually get to? You know what I really want to do? I want to turn on ATT. I'm desperate to turn on all the things. Ah, Team YouTube is alive. Thank you. Appreciate it. Waving back. Waving back. All right, let's. I want to turn on ATT. I want to see what happens when it goes ba-ding ba-ding. Options, graphics settings, advanced VSR mode on aggressive. GPU will perform much better. I'm not tweaking with stuff I don't understand on stream. That's a recipe for disaster. Right, have I updated, this is a question, have I updated all the things? 4.0, yes. Time to rock and roll. We turn on add-ons like one at a time. All the things. Reload. Thinking about it. Numbers going up, numbers going down. Bouncy, bouncy. Numbers going up, numbers going down. Is it happy? Is it finished? Is it settled? Can I mog it turned off my combined bags? Look at these bags. Look at these bags. Sight to behold. Now, there was some stuff I was keeping in here because it was claiming that... Oh, stuffed toy. That's a toy now. There we go. There's the beautiful sound. Now, what I didn't do is go out and hyper mega super duper farm. So I don't have a inventory, a mailbox full of goodies. But I'm intrigued to go and run around a raid and see what happens. Ah, now you see this says collected now. That was a future Warbound collected business that now just is. What else was I keeping here for a reason? I don't know. That sounds about right.
I have many lucky doos. You like?
Has Can I Mog It been updated? Right, next add-on. Let's go. Can I Mog It? Oh dear. Okay. Turn that one off, shall we? Turn that one back off. What do we want next? Hate this track. I'm bopping along to it, but I hate this track. Right. Somebody was saying that somebody mentioned Heat-Keely is 7 levels of broken. Should we see what happens when we turn this on? Ooh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. It's very broken. Leave that one off. Turn that one off. Anything else that I really want on right here, right now? Sorted out my bars only to have them changed back after hearthing to Valdraken. Oh dear. Yeah, I highly recommend if you make any changes, do a / reload the very second you've made them. That's your best chance of getting stuff like that to actually work. Oh, I need my minimap button add-on. Because I don't want all these icons floating around my screen. It's another absolutely must-have. Where's it gone? Mini map button bag reborn. Please work. Please work. There's no reason you shouldn't work. Oh, God. I'm going to assume that's fine. All the things. Platter. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, no. Didn't like some in. Oh, we got the new spell book as well. Of course we do. None of these I want on my bars. We get this as well. Oh, something's not happy about it. Okay. Oh, yeah, I've just realised, of course, concentration is a thing again now. You guys get to see concentration firsthand. My concentration bar is full. Ah! Can't have full concentration. Quick, craft something. Quick. Ended up being so many flipping recipes, didn't there? PvP gear. Tragic situation. Have people been doing a number on the quality 3 versions of these? Now the fact that you basically can't make quality 3 versions of these without materials. In fact, this has entirely screwed everything because I sent all of my materials to my bank character to put them in the war bank, and now the war bank doesn't work. Meaning I now don't have any materials to craft anything with. Flipping hell, I need to send them all back. Does concentration work? Yeah. That's it. It's a pre-patch feature. Boom. Inspiration is gone. See you later. See you later. Inspiration is no more. Even on Dragonflight stuff. This is going to mean that the next couple of weeks is a bit loopy because Dragonflight crafting has not been balanced for concentration, by the way. Not in the slightest. This in essence means that as of today, if you want to make things like Shadow Flame tempered armor patches, I don't know what the meta is for like optional reagents and shit right now. But the only way you can produce these at quality 3 is to use your concentration on them. Meaning that I could make like 4. I could make 2 of these at quality 3 a day. Now, I can't imagine there's going to be a huge amount of demand for crafted stuff. Plus, there's the glut of stuff that's already knocking about. But I suspect there'll be some pretty spicy market resets on quality 3 stuff in the next day or two, if they haven't already happened. That is, simply on the basis of that people's ability to mass produce them has just been turned off now. Have I done the Warband quest? I have not yet. I have not ventured anywhere. I need to go do it in a minute. I'm just poking around, seeing what's broken and what's not broken. Yeah, anything as of to where you couldn't previously guarantee it at quality 3 and would use inspiration to proc it at quality 3, you are now in the world of concentration usage. And like I said, it hasn't been balanced in any way, shape or form. So some stuff is going to be ludicrously broken. Gems? What's the situation on top quality gems right now? Oh, I don't have any mats, which isn't helping the problem, helping my case here, but let me go and do some basic.
Our flight has much to offer.
Okay, sure. I bet I don't have the gems on this list either, do I? Flipping Nora. Give me some draconium.
You have a bright future.
Oh my, it's broken. Welcome in, Mikey. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, shit's gonna be busted. Busted. Right, that's got to give me a bunch of materials, right? Okay, that's really all I wanted. No? Why? Oh, did I not buy any Awakened Air? What a donkey. Ah! What's going on here? What's going on here? Scared the shit out of me, that did. Civ with the raid. Welcome in. Good morning, good morning. How's it going? Things are broken. Patch day is proven to be quite fun so far. Appreciate the raid. Good morning, boys and girls. Right. Oh, okay, so you can still guarantee gems. Prepatch didn't break your ability to make these because I'm sufficiently skilled enough, apparently. So that's still safe. Oh, oh, oh. Orders for these. At least any orders coming through for diamonds, you can now use concentration on to guarantee them for the next few weeks at least. Tiered medallion settings. You'd likely need some concentration to do these. I didn't make. I'm not rebuilding all of my materials again just to test this stuff, but yeah, people will get their first little glance at what concentration is going to do. Admittedly, in a very broken landscape, but cost me 663 concentration to make 21 rank 3 as a weave bolts. Yeah. I haven't got TSM loaded, actually. Should we put TSM on? I wouldn't be surprised, you know, if some stuff is having some spicy resets today. I'm not gonna lie, stuff actually seems to be working better than I half expected it to.
Time in the Isles.
I'm even surprised players are able to log in, truth be told. Wow, Dracothis are 500 gold apiece. Sheesh. What are the main consumables that people are using these days? I don't even know. I'm so out of touch with Dragonfly. I can't remember the names of half the stuff. Shadow flamed armor patches. Yeah, okay, so there's still a huge glut of stuff at quality 3 anyway. What's the what actually I'm just sort of picking stuff at the moment. What's the actual consumed things that people actually buy and use? I don't know what the meta is for like optional reagents and stuff at the moment. I'm out of touch. Clearly not those. What about the enchants, actually? What's Awakened Order done in price? Not really budged. Blue Silken Lining. There's no reason to use quality 3 though, haven't they? Is there? $5 gold a piece. Funny. Oh, is it that everybody actually uses quality 3, but quality 2s were a byproduct? Yeah, look, somebody's just hoovered them all up. Somebody's hoovered them all up because the only way you're going to be able to make these now is with concentration. It's gonna if there's even remotely the smallest uptick in demand for crafted stuff because of these remix characters falling out in a couple of weeks' time, it could be funny. It would be funny to see. Nobody buys the enchants because everybody has weapons months, weeks ago. Yeah, I suspect. I think you're right, rank 2 mats and concentration will be the meta. Rank 3 mats might be useless long term. But no, well, it's all a price thing, right? You got to remember, it's all relative. Rank 2 mats and concentration will aggressively limit the amount of something that can exist. If the demand for that thing exceeds that small amount, then there'll still be further demand for people to be able to use rank 3 mats and guarantee them to fill that delta. So, in essence, everything going in the War Within, and you can start to see how this works now a little bit. Annoyingly, I don't have materials to showcase this easily, but there'll be basically 2 prices for everything. Basically 2 prices for everything. You'll have the price that it's guaranteed and can be produced at all day, every day, for as long as people need them. That will be like the ceiling price, that the most you can expect to get for something. Because you'll be able to craft as many of them as people need. There'll be no restrictions on crafting them at that upper price point. There'll be that lower price point for a crafted item, which will be where crafters use quality 2 materials and concentration. So their profit is their use of concentration, but of course it's going to be much, much, much more restricted to how many of those things can exist. Sophic Devotion. I'd imagine these can only really be produced when... I'd imagine these can only now be produced with concentration, I would guess.
I will see you again.
Log on to... Icons was insta-selling those for 7k today. Oh, what's going on here? This spellbook odd. Oh, is this platter that's causing this problem? If that's the case, we just turn it off. Any add-on that causes me issues today, we just turn it off. Sophic Devotion could be guaranteed with Insight previously. Oh yeah, everything can be guaranteed with Insight, but there's only so far that can go. And enchants especially are omega expensive. Like 50 per, I think. All my bars have gone again. Oh, that one. Yeah, you're likely to be in the realms of needing to use concentration to make them. Luckily, you don't need much, though, so it's fine. Once again, I've cleared my bags, so I don't have any materials on me. And war banks are closed. Grrr. I want to use war banks. Oh yeah, NPC orders, look. They've called them NPC orders. It's still clearly an old build. They're patron orders now, Blizzard. Should know that. People are putting in commissions on alloys. Is this because alloys have been hoovered up?
Our flight has much to offer.
U3 alloyed, obsidian seared alloys. Yeah, these have been spiked in price. People have just literally bought out the entire market. Oh dear. Could be funny, you know. Titan Orb has already been reset. I love how 50 gold is the reset price on these. I remember these things were 20k once upon a time. Who would do funny business like resetting markets? Yeah, who would dare? Who would dare? Who would dare? Gamble 500,000 on some stuff, see what happens. I mean, it's usually the way to do it. Dog. Yeah, I mean the fact that you can get quality 2s for like 10 pence, and then quality 3s, and then in normal rates is pretty wild. The funny thing is that people should probably go in and buy out all of the quality 2s at the same time, simply for the fact that, well, apart from maybe here because there's 4,000 of them, but just simply so there isn't this massive price delta between the two. Because let's be real, if you went and did that, what's it cost you? 100k? Like, that's like nothing, right? Even crafting a quality 2 one, let's not forget, is 800 gold. And then nobody going to do that anymore. All of these used to exist purely because they were the byproduct. They were the 60% for your 30% of quality 3s. These were the byproduct. There's no such thing as a byproduct anymore. There's literally no such thing as a byproduct. So if you really want to be able to jack up the price of something like the quality 3s, you need to buy out the quality 2s as well. But luckily, that really shouldn't cost you anything at all. Like, that's pennies, right? 5k to just make them all disappear. Crafting cost on these is 500 gold, even by today's prices. Can you learn transmogs on 1.2 now instead of different classes? Yeah, the transmog changes in. Transmog changes in. So you can basically run dungeons, and any soulbound gear that drops for you, regardless of its armor type, will go into your collection for your other characters. So. But yeah, you like players want to remove the ability for quality 2s to exist as well. Then that will mean that people will buy the quality 3s. There's part of me that's half tempted to do it anyway. Or people are actually already doing it. I just don't want to sit at the auction house, cancel scanning, selling enchants all day. Although I could. Quite comfortably could. But there's other stuff to go and explore. You lot can have that fun. I wonder if Craft Sim's completely balked as well. It probably is. I wanted to spend some gold as well. I wanted to unlock my war bank. Bit annoying, you know. I kind of wanted to unlock that, and I wanted to get that all up and running and all paid for, and something that I can forget about. I wanted to fix the materials. I wanted to go and I mean, for them to hardcore disable this, by the way, there must have been some ludicrous problems with it. I don't think this is coming anytime soon, you know. I'm not sure we're going to see this too soon. Craft Sim has been updated and works reasonably fine. Okay, that's cool. Oh, Trader's Tender. Yeah, that's another thing I need to do. What happens with... Where's my... Oh, God. Where's Ranthius? What happens when we log this dude on? I'm tempted to level a remix character today just to see how fast that is now. Please remind us about the stream schedule for the next couple of weeks. So today, we'll be streaming as much as I feel like. Tomorrow will be the last stream for about a week. And I'm going to be brutally honest, even tomorrow's stream might be short or cut entirely. As I have stuff I need to do before I go away. Yeah, this is going to be, there's going to be a bit of downtime in the streams for about a week. I'm taking a small vacation. I'm actually off to a family member's wedding in London. So I'm away for a few days, physically out of the country for a few days. But then we'll be back roughly Thursday next week. Thursday, Friday next week we'll be back, and then it will be all go to the launch. Yeah, small vacation soon, TM. This is the only reason I'm kind of half thinking we might set the guild up when I get back rather than trying to rush to do it today. I don't think there really is any rush. And I wouldn't want to set up a guild and then try and start inviting people and then disappear for a week. I'd rather be there to, like, set it all up and plan it and get it sorted properly. Balance have been reset. Let's do. What am I going to need add-ons wise for remix? I need my bars back for starters. Going through and resetting my bars on all these characters is going to infuriate me. But needs must. My talents have reset. That probably means that these don't work anymore. Maybe we just go this one. So fast. Super zooms. I forgot how zooms we are. Timeless coins. What's going on here? Lesser charms of good fortune. Not the one I'm looking for. Bronze. I've got 30,000 bronze. Clearly need to go around and spend all of that. How's weak auras, by the way? Is weak auras completely balked? Weak auras are fine. There's some finishing reagents that were previously useless, now give concentration and ingenuity. Yeah, pretty much any time the word ingenuity existed, inspiration existed, has just been replaced with ingenuity. Okay, some of my weak auras seem to do their thing. Okay. Things are looking smooth so far.
Greetings, traveler. Be careful.
Speak. Protect the truth.
What do you want? Seek the truth.
Does it all work? Why have I got stuff in the mailbox? Oh? Where did this come from? Okay, Remix seems to work fine. Doesn't seem to be any ludicrous errors with Remix. It's going to be interesting because the XP level change is now implemented as well. Meaning you're going to level in Remix even faster. Super zooms in Remix now. Just leveled 66 to 70 in a single dungeon in Remix, so it's way faster now. 60 to 70 with 6 dungeons for leftover tunes over in retail as well. Yeah, that's a good point. Leveling all of those level 60s that I've got knocking about, getting them to 70 as well. Not a terrible idea. Just dungeons to 40 now, no raids needed in your 70. See if I can remember how to remix fast. I'm tempted, you know, to make Ranthius my main character for the War Within. He's kind of, I've kind of taken a liking to him, you know. His big panda suit. We put some hours in this dude for Remix. Considering that I'm not going to be willing to drop my main professions going into the War Within, I'm kind of tempted to just use Ranthius. And then we can go full sweat mode on a profession of our choosing. See what we can do. What's my cooldowns? Shift 5? Okay, definitely works still. Woo, dead. Yeah, I kind of, what is my slash played on this dude? This dude's got 7 days slash played on him. I'm very, very tempted to have this fella as my main character going into the war within. I don't know what professions I'd take, though. Jewel crafting and leatherworking being my main professions on my main hunter for so long, I kind of don't know much else. But I'm very tempted to use this guy.
Yes, so close. Just a pinch of...
We'd have to pick one profession though, because we'd pick just one, because we'd hardcore sweat one profession. Min-max the shit out of just one profession. Funnel everything into that one character. Just to see what hardcore sweat tactics looks like. It would have to be enchanting, jewel crafting in terms of actually crafting gems.
Yes, yes. No, 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 no. Yes.
Something that makes something that makes reagents. We'd want to get to like quality 3 reagent crafting ASAP. I don't even know. Alchemy tailoring looks like a good option. There's far too many alchemists and tailors already. This is video worthy, and I might put this in like, might do a little TED talk on this soon. There is way too many people who are using dragonflight tactics in the war within. You got to look forward, not backwards. Tailoring and alchemy alt army wombo combo is not going to be best use of your alt armies. If you've spent the time and whoa, wow, we're halfway through this. If you've spent the time and the effort getting those characters leveled up, there are so many better ways you could utilize them. So many better ways. The hard part of an alt army is leveling the characters. If you've already done that, you really want to spread yourself wide, not narrow. The only reason everybody went tailoring and alchemy for their alt army in Dragonflight was because the cooldowns were heavily limited, and the limiting factor was that everybody didn't have the characters to set the alt army up anyway. That's why there was the shortage of those items. Going into the war within, there were players that have got hundreds of characters. Their alt armies have already set up. They've had months of playing Remix to plan for all of this. If everybody tunnel visions into Blasphemites and tailoring bolts, they'll all just shit on everybody else's doorstep. The likelihood of... I mean, it's simple Goblinry 101. Everybody does the same thing. Nobody wins. Whereas the smart play, if you've got that alt army already, is to spread yourself out. Pick us, like... Even if you choose to still go alchemy, have every alchemist spec'd in a slightly different direction, highlighting and like building aggressively. So you just make a handful that specialize in potions, a handful that specialize in flasks. Then you'll have maximum concentration to use on exactly what is actually needed every day. Going to be a much better way of making gold, in my opinion. If you use yesterday's tactics, you'll get outplayed by tomorrow's players. When has the meta for goal making ever really been the same from one expansion to the next? It basically never has. Outside of like maybe crafting Dark Moon cards for 5 minutes at the beginning of each expansion. This is literally my least favourite scenario because I have no idea what the hell I'm doing or where I'm going. People are following me, which is unfortunate. Plant them, then you got to put them down. Oh, no, somebody's already done it. Peace out. Where are we going? Here. Now people leveled almost unlimited alts in Remix. 24-hour cooldown crafts equals about 100 gold profit. I mean, if you're lucky. Honestly, there are so many better ways. I think alt armies could be utilized. Each to their own, though. I mean, I can't, you know, I can't quantify my thoughts with this particularly well because we don't have the live game yet. Like, it depends very much on the demand for this sort of stuff. Blasphemites is already looking like an early hype that's dying down and down and down and down and down. I'm still not convinced that Blasphemites are really going to be all that. Is that this place done? Just leave this place anyway, I hate it. Where did that come from? Okay. What you ultimately want to do with your alt army, let's say you take alchemy for your alt army. Even if you take alchemy, what you want to do is you want to slowly level up all of those alchemists to the point where they become jacks of all trades. In Dragonflight, you would level them up to the point that they could make Dracothists, and then you'd basically stop playing those characters. You'd log them out, you'd log them back in, you'd craft a bunch of Dracothists, and you'd sell them. What you're going to want to do in the War Within is continue to keep up gaining knowledge points with those. So eventually you have 10, 15, 20 alchemists. All have full knowledge points on them. That way, anytime there's a gap in the market, you will have 10, 20, 30 alchemists that can funnel all of that concentration into making a bunch of stuff. Not just a small handful of it, but a bunch of it. At that reduced price. That way you offer yourself up the most flexibility. Whatever the market turns around and says it needs, if there's a shortage of this, you can make some. If there's a shortage of this, you can make some. Maybe not even a shortage. You know, if there's one thing that proves to be a little bit more profitable than something else, you can funnel huge amounts of your concentration into it in one go. If you put all your eggs in a Blasphemite-shaped basket, when Blasphemites end up being 100 gold apiece, you're going to have all of these characters leveled up, laser focused on a market that is no longer profitable because too many other people have already done it. You're taking a huge risk laser focusing your alt army before it has even been proven that that's going to be where the profit lies.
Seek the truth.
And it's a risk that I don't see it paying out long term. And if you hyper-spec all of your characters, did I get like 500 plus agility for that? Wait, hang on. 540 agility? Surely that's not right. Have they jacked up Reds from spawns by 200? Maybe that is right. Maybe I'm just out of touch with Remix. That seemed like a ludicrous amount of agility in one go. It's been that high for a while now. Woo! Spicy. But what you talk about is going to require so much more work than going for cooldowns. Yeah. You're right. You're right. The lazy man doesn't get fed very well. That's kind of the point, right? The front-loaded effort that players usually put into leveling their alt army is paid off by the fact that they then have access to lots of characters. Unfortunately, that isn't an advantage that you're going to have over everybody anymore, because lots of people are going to have very easy access to lots of characters. So you got to level up. Level up is to actually continue to gain knowledge points on those alts, rather than doing the bare minimum to reach the point where you can press a button. The next level up is the effort is going to be on all of those 20, 30, 40 alchemists to actually keep gaining knowledge on them so that they slowly get to the point where they can start producing significantly more options rather than just everything in one spot. Is the cooldown on transmuting Dark Moon cards? I don't know. Haven't been able to test that. The test realms don't really facilitate that very well. Right, I really do need to fix this list a little bit. You need to go up the top because you're a main character. You need to go up the top because you're a main character. Where's Ranthius? You can come up the top. You're likely to be a main character. We'll have to fix all of this at some point soon. They need a character name search for the character screen now. They do. It's already there. It's at the top. Already there. Way ahead of you. The only problem is the search function doesn't allow you to search by the realm, which is odd. Of all the things you would think would be kinda transitionally useful. And what is the percentage of the player base that will have 20 plus crafter alts? More than you would be led to believe. Now, yeah, sure, not everybody will, but there'll definitely be some. Dark Moon tickets are now transferable. Make a level 1, do the intro quest for 100 tickets. Easy clap. When the fair's up. Nice. Oh yeah, we've got transferable currencies as well, haven't we now? All of this new system's in place. Transferring it through to the Warband. Can I easily see who's got what and where? Oh, okay. So it does actually show how many I've got in various places, and it's figured all of this out already. Elemental overflow? Lightstone's not. Mysterious fragments. Time walking badges. Pool all of your time walking badges if needed. Ah, trader's tender. Not transferable. Shocking. And they've put everything legacy. Anima. Oh, Anima's not transferable. Why is Anima not transferable? That would have been a useful one. Soul Ashes, though. Great, thanks for that. Seafarer's doubloons, now transferable. Not that I've got many knocking about, but I'm sure there's some players who've got bunches of those about. For trading into the boxes when time's right to get the mounts and whatever. War resources are tradable. I didn't do much with war resources. I can't remember what I literally can't remember what half of these are for at this point. This is too long ago for my brain. Way too long ago for my brain. Good old timeless coins. Wait till remix is over. Just wait till remix is over. I'll have a few of them. I don't know why. Can't possibly think why. Champion seals. Dalaran crafters tokens. Huh. Sure. Transfer log. Oh, that's clever. Can I see BM talents, please? I'm so confused. Oh, I just clicked start a button. I didn't pay any attention. I just clicked start a build. I did click start a build and went on my way. I'm not min-maxing specs today. Some people will, but it's not my jam. Some people will stand in front of a target dummy and figure this shit out. Yeah, Warband Bank is broken. Warband Bank is off. It is disconnected. Warband Bank is not functioning right now. I almost feel like I need to put that on screen somewhere. That's going to get asked a billion times, isn't it? I wonder if the beta's even coming up today. I doubt it. I can't imagine that. Oh. Delves have been added. I kind of want to go just test running a dungeon, if I'm honest. I want to get all the things to go bidding, 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 bidding. I should do the warband quest, shouldn't we? We should do this, actually. That's of high priority. Let's get this done. Oh, no, hang on. That can't be that button. I realise that can't be that button anymore. Let's put you there. Is 420 speed now? Where is it? Doesn't say. Does monkey speed work? Monkey speed. I went to do the Warband quest and accidentally went on the only character I've done the blood sale grind on, so gadgets and guards went nuts. Oops. Oops. Okay, monkey speed isn't too happy. 520%. That's not right. That's not right, surely. Monkey speed lost its mind. Thought it was meant to be 420%. Steady flight speed increases steady flight speed by 420. Does that mean it's 520 in total, I guess? Portal to the Caverns of Time in the portal room for a quick port over to Gadgetzan. What's the state of Remix? Very fast for alt still. Very fast. Orobos, Luna, Aldazar, Crystal Song. Must be downstairs then. Caverns of Time, there we go. No, Remix is definitely not dead. It's more the fact that it's hyper being used for... It's hyper being used for leveling alts. Oh wait, what? Why are all my buttons in the wrong place? They changed the camera angle and flying. Feels odd. Am I used to... I think I'm just so used to the war within. Oh my god, look at the people. Look at the peeps.
We have slept long enough.
I think there's a few people doing this today.
May we all find what we seek. In unity.
What's the odds these quests are broken? Corgis, go! I use corgi goggles here. Look at the corgis! Look at all the corgis! I love how they all get corgi names as well. Such a cool toy. Such a child. Right, get the tags, get the tags, get the tags. I use it to max out one server, so I have one of each class at 70. But it looks like endgame of it is dead, like dead as hell. There's usually like 3 or 4 groups of raid, used to be 40. Oh well, yeah. There's significantly less. I mean, this is always the case, right? People are grinding it whilst they needed shit from it. It was always going to drop off a cliff pretty quickly. Soon as your consistent players finished their bronze grind. For me, it was the very second beta came out. Like, there was all this discourse with Remix about how, like, oh, it's up for 90 days. People don't need to blast it in a week. And, yeah, that's true. But everybody also knew that the best time to grind it was when everybody else was also grinding it. It's significantly more challenging to grind it now because you may not necessarily have quite the easy access to the raids and all that sort of stuff. You could literally get a heroic raid group put together in about 30 seconds flat a month or two ago. Now it probably takes you a lot longer. Surprise, surprise. It's best to do things when it's busy. So hard to decide what character to main. I mean, I'm still maining a hunter, but the actual character, I haven't really decided. Kind of half tempted to... I mean, see, it feels weird for me, right? Because this Manthe has been my main character for like a decade. All the way through... I think I was playing on my Paladin on Missa Pandaria. Then after Missa Pandaria, I went straight to Hunter, and I've never changed from this character since. So I've been on this Hunter for years. But just because of how professions are set up going into the War Within, I'm very tempted to just roll a new character for the first patch, and I'll pick this dude back up later in the patch. But it's weird how that's... It's weird how it feels like to play the game the way I want to play. I have to put my main character down for a while. It's an odd feeling. Yeah, War Within's close. Less than 30 calendar days. What do we do with this thing? Why I don't do it. Yeah, for me, it's only because I've spent the last month on beta min-maxing the crap out of everything so that I know exactly how to optimize and min-max. That it then feels kind of weird if I turn around and go, oh yeah, but I'm not going to do any of this. You know, seems to make it. It's a bit weird that I can then might turn around and go, well, to play my main character, I'm not going to do any of this hyper optimized stuff. Was that it now? I think that was it, wasn't it? I'm tempted to go do a Zul'Farrak run as I'm literally right here. Just because I want to see what happens with all the things going ba-ding, 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 ba-ding. Anybody tested the remix leveling speed after the patch? I'm tempted to give it a go today. There's plenty of things to do. No, it's the mini list I want, isn't it? Which one is the mini list? Control-click to get the mini list. We can have all the things on just everything mode now, can't we? We just keep all the things on everything mode forever and a day now. Count mode. I prepped characters before pre-patch at level 35 with only one raid done and 50 plus dungeon tokens. Yeah, a lot of people did that. They just didn't open their mailbox. There was an somebody was talking about an add-on in the Discord the other day that was able to tell you what your XP was going to be after pre-patch. So people were just kind of like parking characters, not opening the mailbox, and just waiting and probably opening it today. Just go kill the bosses, really. That's all that really matters, isn't it? Nerve zone discoveries? The XP just too much to handle. There was also some reports as well, by the way. I have not been able to clarify this particularly yet, but it might be worth looking into. There's some early reports that they've jacked up the vendor value of a huge amount of old items. And in turn, they all seemingly have increased gold sell values. Now, this is potentially going to mean, whether it's intended or not, we'll find out. But it might mean that running old raids for like raw gold again kind of might be a thing. It screams unintended. The problem I also don't have is I don't have a baseline value before the pre-patch to test it against. Maybe some of the old raids, for example, would be a better example of this. Is it just bind on pickup that auto learns? Yes. And BOEs, if you just were to straight vendor them, for example. So this got added. This just got added to my appearance collection. All the things didn't do beepity beeps though. It just magically was added. Even though it's a mace and I can't use it. Scaling it. Yeah, I suspect scaling has probably messed everything up. When has that ever been the case though? Not like Blizzard to mess up with their scaling technology. Why can I... Oh, I seem to just, for some reason, be able to click on these multiple times. I don't know if that's always been a thing. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just messing about. I'm not doing anything particularly by design. I am playing as a video game is meant to be. This boss. Why are you not doing nothing? So now the cane was added, so a staff. There's a web resource that had approximate evaluations on raid gold. Data for Azeroth, all raids combined will give you about 35k gold. Oh, I'm not doing all of them combined. Just to get a baseline, that's crazy money. Speed sets have been buffed. I never had one. Item level 332 long strider gear.
Let the executions begin.
Great to meet you.
I hope Blizzard puts a campfire button somewhere so I don't have to open the favorites list. It's funny, you know. People are already like, yeah, I don't like this. People hate change so much. They're like, no, I don't like this. I'll have the old one back, please. No, I don't like this. How do I disable this? How do I turn this off? I get it, because it's like, you know, when you have a routine and the routine changes, like, sure. Diddle-a-ding, diddle-a-ding. Leather we got, plate we got. All adding up now. It's all to the percentage. You meant to do this one next, or was that the last one? I never know which way you meant to do this. Did you go up here next? I have to manually search each of my tunes. They're not appearing in the list. Oh, you're not even seeing all of them. Okay, well that's weird. The little guy to open the door.
Hey there. See you later.
Ida helping out. Go away. Oh, if you're not seeing all of your characters, then yeah, that sounds pretty... Ian. Class sets being restricted to classes is lame. There's not so much that... I mean... In a world where everything is going account-wide, yes, I somewhat understand. But at the very same time, these are class-specific sets. Like, the accomplishment of getting that class set, I don't really think should be dished out unless you are playing that class, is my take on this. But I know it doesn't fit the common goal of, like, you just want to go out and collect everything. I get it, but I also understand why Blizzard hasn't addressed it yet, or if they even will. As I suspect, it's kind of one of those things that they don't really want to do. That makes sense. But if there's enough pushback about stuff, they will do stuff that they don't like either way. But on the basis of the fact that, I mean, one thing they could easily do is once the loot tables are switched to legacy, then they just dish it all out regardless. Because by that point, enough time has passed that it shouldn't matter. I can see that being a strong argument. I wonder if there's... I mean, it's not even a wonder. I know it's probably because there's some weird and wacky technical limitation that's causing chaos, but... Ding the dong. There's either an issue with the auction house or the auction housing post fee has been increased by a huge amount. It told me 12 silver to post. It removed 46 gold instead. Oops. Yeah, I think there's some weird and wacky scaling going on with the vendor values of items. Which the auction house's prices are based on those vendor values. I think there's some weird scaling thing that's switched on that shouldn't be switched on. We might get some BOEs from this to be able to have a look at that in a bit more detail in a second, actually. This might mean if you're posting Transmog on your auction house character, you know, maybe be careful just how much it's taking from your bags for deposits. It could be nuking your potential profits. Combat with what? I sense I sense we might soon look at just full-on 100% completing certain expansions. When time walking rolls around, I sense that mog farming those specific dungeons might be a thing we do. Now that we can collect everything. You're in essence collecting things 5 times faster than you ever were before. Which is kind of cool. Transmog already removed 2k gold in fees before I saw that. I might be in the minority, but the new flight changes are terrible. Skyriding and switching to steady flight 5 seconds is way too long. Oh no, I agree. I absolutely detest that it takes you 5 seconds to switch modes. And you can't just, like, why can't each of the mounts just have a toggle? Why can't the mounts just have a toggle switch? So that in the mount menu, even, you can say, I want this mount to be dragon riding, I want this mount to be dynamic, like old flying or new flying. So then I can just have 2 buttons on my bars, and I can use the different mounts for the different purposes. Like, the 5-second cast time is gross. I agree. It seems totally illogical to waste 5 seconds of my life switching. Because the way that I tend to use the 2 different light systems is I will use old flying for when I'm doing a quest and I'm just hopping small distances. I'll use the old flying because it's much more easier to control. It's not as spiky in terms of speed, and it's easier to land where you want to land. And then if I'm going from like quest to quest, then I'll use dragon riding or new flying, whatever you want to call it. Having to stand there for 5 seconds and go boo to no, stupid, totally stupid. There's no reason whatsoever to make me stand there for 5 seconds, flipping casting. Look, how dumb is this? What are you doing? What is it doing? No. And let's not forget, it's another button that it's another icon that is permanently gonna live up here. Permanently, you're gonna have this button indicating what flight mode you're in. No, just in the collections tab where my mounts are. You know, a toggle switch. Toggle it left for skyriding. Toggle it right for dynamic, for whatever, you know. You dismiss the buff. No, it's just going to be there forever. I mean, sure, you can hide these, but, like, the point still stands. Is it still there? Also, if I just need to go... yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is it. Fast. Yeah, like, there doesn't need to be this 5-second to switch flight style. 5 seconds is way too goddamn slow. Whoever designed that needs to be shot. Druid flight form was handy for hopping short distances or just stopping midair. Now it just continues skywriting. Yeah, and the fact, yeah, I'm not personally. I'm not a fan of these changes. Don't know if you can tell. Remix scaling is gone weird. Everything's hitting harder, and DPS is now lower, even for 476 item level tunes. I didn't notice much difference a minute ago, but I didn't like go in LFR and test a raid or anything. Did we then? Did we? What did we get in our bags here? I think it has something to do with the fact that the item level of... Look at the item level of all this shit. It's now item level 362, where it was about 180 something previously, which has meant that all of the grey vendor items and the item levels of... Because the vendor price is often quite highly linked to the item level of the piece of gear. As the item level increases, the vendor value increases as well. Meaning that stuff is now randomly pretty high vendor prices on these. And I suspect if you were to go do, I don't know, BFA raids or something right now, chances are that the items that are dropping from there are like 100 gold a piece. We decided Can I Mog It is also broken, didn't we?
Many deals for a friend of the Grummles. Like you. Many farewells.
Okay, vendoring stuff directly gave us the appearances as well, which is cool.
I have many
So, like this Venom Shroud mask, for example, a BOE, theoretically now, if I just vendor this, we should get the appearance. We got the appearance. And if we buy it back... Okay, if we buy it back, it's now warbound until equipped. That's the significant difference there. So that's what they've done to fix that problem. You can't sell things to a vendor. You can sell it to a vendor and buy it back if you want to keep the item and keep the appearance. Now it's warbound until equipped. Which is a subtle but smart change. This is what they tried to do many months ago and then had to quickly disable it again because it didn't work. But now you can just go through on appearances like this, BOEs, collect the first one to get the appearance, and for whatever reason, if I want the item back again, I can buy it back again, but it can only be used in my Warbound band. Sorry. That's quite clever. That's quite clever. That's actually used as part of the... You have to combine the two to get the big one, don't you? Again, BOE by normal standards, sell it, claim the appearance. If you really wanted it, you can buy it back. You can't auction it, you can only use it on an alt. But... some things like this actually have an on-use. There's an on-use of this that literally says add this appearance to your Warband collection. Did you loot that, by the way, Mikey? You actually loot that? You finding the wall within a pit? Trust you to break shit. Oh, saw somebody link it in chat. Oh, okay. Hang on, isn't that the two you have to combine together to get the... Oh, I got both of them. Sure. Oh, Keely's been updated, has it? Nice. Okay. Yeah, this is cool. This is going to make transmog farming significantly easier and a lot more sort of merchant doesn't want that item. And a lot more user friendly.
Good fortune to our friends.
Ah, no. I wanted to use it. Didn't I use it? Didn't want to equip it. Do I have to do this? 20-second cooldown, 20-second cooldown. Old. Its appearance will be added to your collection and it will become warbound until equipped. Yes. Ta-da! Clever. Warbound items can be put into guild banks. Hang on. Warbound items can be put into guild banks and then learned by other people. Warbound until equipped items shouldn't be able to go in a guild bank. If that's the case, that's a bug. That's a bug. A bug. but they can at the moment. The bug. Sell this now.
I have
Yeah, there's going to be lots of
many
these
lucky
should
doos, how you
situations.
like.
Tested it. Both people get the appearance without the item becoming soulbound. Oh dear. Oh dear. Damn. Does it need to fix the older tier? Also counting on the warband thing. Currently cleaning out mogs I've kept on several characters. Going to keep the tier in the bank for now. It's what the oh, I don't want that one. What the void storage is for.
Farewell, friend of the Grummels.
Alright, so the transmog changes seem to be pretty cool. I'm already a fan of these. I'm so goddamn close in this in mogs. Where do we go next? What do we do next? What do we test next? There's part of me that wants to set up the guild. There's also part of me that wants to level a character on Remix just to see how ridiculously fast that is now. I kind of wanted to be playing with my warbank, and it's frustrating that it's switched off and I can't do it. The one thing that's like, oh, I really wanted to do that today, and that's put a stumbling block on all the other things I wanted to do as well. Because I wanted to see how crafting from all my different alts, pulling materials from the warbank feels. Yeah, Remix is going to be even faster. The 10 to 60 experience. Hang on, where's this taking me, Valdraken? Sorry, let's rephrase this right. 1 to 70 now takes the same amount of time that 1 to 60 used to take, roughly. That also means if you've got any level 60s that are knocking about still, that you hadn't bothered leveling up to 70 yet, I fall in this category. I've got quite many, actually. Random characters like this that you've just got at level 60 lying about that are kind of probably should get them up to 70. These guys will get to level 70 super fast now. 60 to 70 is going to be super speedy. You can see I've got loads of characters at level 60. I should probably get leveled up. Oh, what I did want to check actually is, can you see all of the new War Within profession stuff? Even though you can't access any of it. Why not wait for the pre-patch event? That's not till next week. Delete them, re-roll on Remix. The irony is that's probably not a terrible idea if you're not super attached to them. And we go. You still can't. You can't select War Within, but there is often. I am convinced that there'll be a way to do that. I'm convinced there'll be a way to show them. There'll be a console command or something. Do ATT NWP. We got all the war within stuff here. Delves, achievements. Yeah, this is likely to break things a little bit. Crafted items. Yeah, so all this is the point. This is my point, right? All of it's in the game files now. Herbalism. Where's the... These are just the achievements. Crafting orders. All the secret stuff's been tracked already. Raid. Drops from the new raid. New patterns you can get from the new raid. There's the one many will be after. Magnificent Jeweler's setting. Why is Kazalgar jewel crafting 1? Oh god. There's a 1 to 100 jewel crafting guide that's going to be very easy. Step 1. Get this design or buy it off the auction house. Step 2. Craft it 100 times. Crafting gear with concentration's way more pleasant. Crafting anything with concentration's way more pleasant. So glad that you can. So glad that we've got rid of inspiration. Follower dungeons are now a viable way to level. Just went from 62 to 63 without even hitting the end of the dungeon. Yeah, the XP needed per level is like massively reduced. In preparation for there being 10 more levels you need to grind out. Oh yeah, of course, step 3 profit, yeah, of course. What is this thumpy thumpy tune going on? Oh, there's some serious bugs knocking about right now. Seriously broken things happening. We always knew today was going to be crazy, though. I'm tempted to go, considering we can't do the Warbank stuff, which is a touch annoyed me. I'm tempted to go test a remix tune. Should we level a remix tune? I think we should. I should actually delete these, shouldn't I? And I should level these brand new. Because this is going to be my Warbank, I nearly said trio, trio's 3, quad. This will be my Warband quad. Remix, create time runner. Hunter. Maybe a goblin hunter, because we haven't done one of those for a while. Ah. Oh, why is everybody taking my names? I need a character name, boys and girls. What can we have a character name? This is literally the hardest part of leveling characters right now. It's coming up with goddamn names for them. Cult leader. Twitch Prime. No chance that exists. Sub is taken to try Dom. Bezo box. Hey! Yoink. Nice. I'll be necrotic. This is what I need to ask you every time. You guys come up with the best ideas. Best names. Right, let's think about a few things. Let's get Addon. Hang on, we'll figure that out in a minute. Interface, bars. Some of you. Edit mode, this one. Let's put everything in the right place. Not really a lot of place to spend points right now. Get bars in the right place. Actually have either of those, are we? There, that goes there, that goes there. Away, that can go away, that can go away. Men pet on Q, revive pet down here. That can go away. Duration, turtle, doom, pain death. Is that all I have right now? Kill shot there, I think.
Time is set in sand.
There's my cape.
It is an honor, champion.
Oh, your warband has previously completed this quest.
Fair skies and strong winds. Always a pleasure.
Time is set in...
I am pleased to report that the battle.
There is more than one way to solve any problem.
Find unlocked. Heroics. Hello, follower dungeons. Go up. Add-ons. Does Zygor work? I haven't checked Zygor today. We should probably check Zygor, shouldn't we? Okay, not sure Zygor works. Maybe I haven't updated Zygor. Not that we need it. Yeah, right now at least anyway. Anything else that's sort of kind of useful for remix? Easy scrap is handy if it works. Let's try see if easy scrap works. Aha, I don't have the scrapper thing yet. Whoops.
Nothing shall stand in our way.
Dungeon queues are slow still. I know I should be boosting with my flipping twink, but we'll just science this out a little bit. Not too much science, mind, but a little bit. You. Turning dragon flying off as soon as I can. I'm glad I can do it in Dragonflight. Once you've, yeah, the Pathfinder's pretty easy to get in the new expansion. You'll be able to turn it off pretty fast if you don't care for it. Still seems to be a surprising amount of call for people to be able to use the old flying. I don't get it. Honestly, I personally don't get it, but I know it's a strong requirement of others.
The tip of the Horde spear, no greater honor. Our orders stand, no matter the cost.
There's our test if easy scrap works.
Blood and thunder. Fear nothing. The Horde shall
Get out of the way, Nazgrim. Okay. Easy scrap is maybe not too happy about things. Okay, we won't be easily scrapping much today by the looks of things. Back to gems, scrap of bronze. Where's this dungeon queue? What were these quests? Unravel the worst place I could have positioned that. Oh, I literally have no buttons yet. Problematic, being level 10, no buttons. Rep sharing seems busted. What's up with rep sharing? Is yeah, what's up with the rep sharing? My characters have their individual progress, not the highest they have achieved. Oh. I would point out that that is true for all past reputations. It's only Dragonflight ones that should be account-wide now, or Warband-wide. Anything prior to that hasn't had the conversion, and probably won't for some time. Options, auto loot is off. Not all the Dragon Flight ones are showing. The main ones will. There's the Glimmerrock Racer ones won't. What's the other one? The Furbogs isn't a shared one. It's not universally everything. But the main four absolutely definitely should be. Mine seem to be working fine. The character was 7450 rep and it got lowered to 5400. Oh, okay. That doesn't sound right.
I will break you! Like a piece of iron. To think you've come so far, only to perish here. I'll honor you with clean deaths.
Kind of hard to do this without add-ons. You actually have to remember what I'm doing. Like the, I used to have like auto loot add-ons and stuff that just did all of this. I didn't have to worry about it. I have to remember to click everything, but not the bonus XP.
But my legend.
There's lots of add-ons that do it, yeah. I was using those, but I've got them all switched off today because half of them don't work. This is kind of one of the nice things about not using too many add-ons and being very restrictive on which add-ons I do use. Means on days like this when everything goes horribly, horribly wrong, I can still at least play the game. I know there's many out there that if their add-ons don't work, they just cannot play. Like, that they just cannot function if their add-ons don't work. I always try to make sure I don't go that far with my add-ons, that I fall into that category. Maybe Honeydew Village is the better place to go. Is there a mailbox around here somewhere? Yeah, there we go. That's all I need. Does this work? Free bonus experience. This seems to maybe work still. The chances are is that some of the maths on this might not be correct anymore though. I wonder if this XP token calculator's had an update. What am I doing here? Dungeon Finder. Raric. XP token calculator info. See if there's an update. More recent versions available. View the latest version. 23rd. Updated yesterday. Updated for the XP reduction in Prepatch. Beautiful. Hey, numbers changed. Right, check mailbox. Bingo. That'll do. See if that works. Right, points. You, one of you. Wait, hang on. How did we not have that before? We had kill command already. Sure. Do not use the weak aura companion updater. Nah. Nah, I probably should, but nah. Just more goddamn programs to have running. It's still going to be queue times. It's going to be, if you're doing this solo single account, queue times is still going to be your slowdown factor. Can't you do in the War Within the same as in Dragonflight, that you don't supply artisan metal when putting a work order on a profession tool? So farm metal and an alt, have it just make enough to make the tools, and then make a tool for your main with a work order? Yes. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a strong optimization if you have a character or two that can achieve such a thing. Now that Prepatch is out, and now that we are, more people are going to be forward thinking about new professions and stuff, there's a few videos that I want to cover. Topics specifically like that, whereas like how and where you should prioritize. Because if people go into... One of the biggest misconceptions I've seen so far is that people have just taken a very quick look at the War Within professions and gone, oh yeah, it's just the same as Dragonflight. And then they've paid no more attention to it than that. It has the look, it has the skin of Dragonflight. It still follows the Dragonflight crafting system. But actually your priorities and how you're going to... What you want to do with your professions and when is going to be very different. Shit, people are dying. What's going on here? Why are people dying? Hello? People don't die in Remix. For example, beginning of Dragonflight, the way you would play your professions at the beginning of Dragonflight was that you basically cared about nothing but getting as many knowledge points as you possibly could. That's not really the way you play the War Within professions. Certainly not if you're trying to get places fast. There is so much more emphasis in the new expansion on getting level 100 and your tools in order. That's literally the first thing you want to focus on.
You there. Make yourselves useful and deal.
Knowledge points are still useful. It's not that you want to ignore knowledge points. It's just you absolutely want to make sure you've got your profession tools and your... Let's put it this way. If you're given the choice between buying knowledge points or buying your profession tools, you absolutely buy your profession tools first. If you can't afford both and have to choose, you pick profession tools.
The weave, you too are beautiful. Have you looked in a mirror?
And that will surprise people. Because in Dragonflight, you could get away with not having 100 skill, and you could get away with not having the best tools, and still produce, like... Because you basically let inspiration do the heavy lifting. You were like, oh, well, 40% of the time it'll proc, and when it procs, I've got enough to be able to get quality 3 anyway. That's not the case in the War Within. That's gonna surprise a few people, I think. Black Market Auction House vendor has a countdown bar for when it's leaving? Just like Dragonflight ships and boats? Really? What the hell? Where's he going? Is it true that crafted equipment is now 10 levels below Mythic instead of 3? I've not looked into this in detail, but I think this is something that's getting blown out of proportion a little bit. Crafted gear might sit 10 item levels less than the very rare stuff. The very rare drops that are naturally a few item levels above as well. Plus, I think they've added 3 ranks to the myth track. It was only 3 previously, now they've upped it to 6. This is also, at least at this moment, I've only got snippets of information on this, so I don't know the full ins and outs of it right now. But there also appears to be, because of these added extra 3 tracks to the myth track, it's going to take players significantly longer to fully cap their gear. I saw tweets going out stating that in like Dragonflight you could do like 40 to 50 Mythic Plus dungeons and be in a position where you should have enough resources to fully gear your character. This time round it looks like you might be doing near to 100 Mythic Plus dungeons to achieve the same thing. And I believe it's probably going to be because those last few upgrades are very time consuming to achieve.
If you haven't
Now, that will mean technically, yes, crafted gear may sit a little bit lower down. But I don't really think it will actually have that much of an Ow, flip, now we're locked out. I don't think it's going to have that much of an impact on how much people are going to want it. Plus, people always look at like the top 1% market and assume that then everything else is going to follow those rules perfectly. The 1% situation tends to have a knock-on effect, but it doesn't totally dictate what everybody does all the time. I think crafted gear is fine. It'll be fine. You forget how many people there are that don't sit in that 1% market, and yet they still buy crafted gear. Not like I think it'll be too much of a problem. But disclaimer there, I don't have the info. They need to allow public orders to be able to choose rank and get rid of the 4 limit per day. This is where I hope our guild can come into play. I've not got this set up just yet, but I have a suspicion that we're going to be able to fix that little problem, region-wide scale, with the use of guilds. But guild orders function very much the same as public orders, in terms of the fact that you can specify quality on them. And if a player can join any guild on their region, then they can hop in a guild, specify the quality of the piece of gear that they want crafted, get it crafted, and then peace out. Maybe, possibly. I cannot have both the talent page and the spellbook open at the same time anymore. Any way around this? Talent page and the spellbook. No, because they're different tabs in the same window. You couldn't before, could you? There's no, I don't know. I didn't know if you could before. It's yeah, it's all under the same window. It's a different tab on the same window. I don't think that's changed. What do people think about this interface though? This might be the first time that some people have seen this, I suppose. I mean, I think it's a little bit too big. It doesn't seem to be a particularly... They've made all of the icons smaller, and they've put more icons on the screen. But I'm not entirely sure why there's so much what you'd consider dead space all over the place. I think if anybody was actually... You could definitely optimize this. You could optimize this a lot. Shrinking it to half the size is a good start. It's a good start, but like this to me, in a way, this kind of feels like when when you were back at school and you had to do a 2-page essay, and you just put double spaces and double line height, and you do Microsoft Word shenanigans to make it look like you'd wrote more, and hope that your teacher didn't count the words. It kind of feels the same sort of concept of that you're just padding shit out to make it fit. Like you could have smushed this down quite considerably. Like all of this dead space. Why do I need 4 pages when there's huge amounts of dead space? And I tend to think it's probably easier to see more in one go, because then it's easier to compare. I don't know. Ugly, huge, inconvenient, unplayable without add-ons like Blizz Move and no auto close. More like a mobile game. Yeah, I can see where that thought process comes from. Why is it saying I've got talent points? I don't. Hello? I don't know what's going on.
Welcome. Travel safe.
Goodbye.
You dare to disturb these waters? You will. Do not rush. It only delays the inevitable. Come in. The water's fine. Let death walk there.
Oh, we got a pumper. With the priest. Oh, who we got? Somebody nuked him super fast. I haven't even got details on. I probably should have details on, shouldn't I, really?
Your forces are weak.
Found a bug in the transfer system already. You can't move currency to a character with no currency, even if they have it unlocked. Is that because it won't be on their character? It won't be on their currency interface, will it? It won't be on the currency interface for you to select to pull currency to you, because you're not sending currency, you're bringing currency to you. Yeah, that's maybe an oversight. Whoops. But yeah, because then you won't even have the button. Because, yeah. Okay. It'll vanish completely too. Some dude on Reddit lost 10k Dragonale supplies. There was no doubt in my mind that today is going to be an absolutely complete and utter shit show. And it's living up to it so far. It's fun. Yeah, the transfer system, because if you don't have the thing here, you can't. So like, if I can't pull Dragonale supplies to this character because I don't have Dragonale supplies. If I had one Dragonale supply, then I could click it and transfer currency to it. You are going to need at least one of the currency to pawn currency to that character, I believe. Which is maybe a problem. Especially on things that is traditionally small currencies. Maybe. I don't know. I don't get why they can't just make it account-wide like they did with Trader's Tender. Yeah, when they first implemented this, I had the same opinion. And to be honest, I still kind of do. It feels like the currency transfer system is this is the solution we're going to present now because we haven't figured out the way to do it properly yet. It kind of feels like a band-aid solution, this transfer system. Because yes, you are entirely right. Why is anything that's considered a currency not just hardcore stored at account level? And why can't then all characters just pull from it freely? That's the clear and obvious ultimate way of doing it, I think. If there are things that aren't meant to be shared, they can be character-based still. But anything that's meant to be... We don't need like a weird and wacky transfer system. It kind of just is a bit unnecessary. But I wonder if retrofitting something like that is quite problematic. That they'd have to remove all of the currency from every character and store. I don't know. Tech details. Maybe with parents sharing Battle.net accounts with their kids makes it so that the kids can't spend all of their parents' currencies. I mean, the kid just logs out and logs into the other character. More importantly, I think that's considered account sharing. I'm not even sure you're allowed to do that. I know that's really finicky, and I know that people probably do that, but I believe you're not meant to. Are allowed to share with your own kids. I don't know the ins and outs, but like that can't be the reason. It could be an excuse that they use, but that doesn't mean it's the reason. I thought gold was meant to go account bound too. Once we can play with war banks, you can put gold in your war bank. The war bank can store up to 100 million gold. But you can't actually use gold from it yet. You need to open your war bank and withdraw the gold, and then you can use it on that character. So the 100 mil limit that you can store in your war bank is mostly just for storage. 100 mil, what about the rest? Yeah, where's the rest of it go? One day we'll get in the big leagues again. Been slacking recently. It's still 10 per character besides the 100 in the bank. Yes. Yeah, the character cap hasn't changed. Just that the guild bank can now store 100 of it. Level 70s are having a hard time today. Definitely a brand new level 70. 346. Yeah, brand new level 70. Why is his idol item level 27? Have they broken the... How's his idol level 27? Surely that should be 346. Oh, am I viewing it at my item level banding, not theirs? Okay. Kind of makes sense. I've got 5 accounts on the same battle tag. I'm surprised that they all have a different warband. Well, technically they're all the same. The login screen will have a different warband. It's kind of confusing. The intro, the login screen is only going to show the characters on that very specific account. You can have up to 8 accounts on a single battle.net. The login screen will only show up to the 65 characters that you have on that account. If you have multiple accounts, it won't show the other ones. But those characters are all still technically part of the same warband.
To think you've come so far, only
Blizzard have done an absolute master of a job of making this unnecessarily confusing. An absolute A tier, A++ job of making it more confusing than it needs to be. Tank is getting murdered. People are getting absolutely shredded.
my legend begins now.
Is trade between characters disabled? Anytime I try and trade between my characters, everything lags and I have to alt F4 my clients. Can't log because my characters are... that same name already exists. I've not tried a face-to-face trade.
Arise, my champion.
But with everything else going on right now, I wouldn't be surprised if they've disabled trade. I am convinced we'll start to hear rumours and reports of like wild things happening. Exploit-wise, which is probably why they had to pull the emergency turn it off switch. That's even if it was on at all ever. Retroactive quest rewards aren't enabled either. Whoops. I think that's going to be the story of the day, to be honest. Things will just be broken. Oh, we must have some better gear in here somewhere. What are these? Level 20 braces. Put them on. 28 chest piece. 8 legs. 8 bow. Pair of gloves on. Yep. Better. 6 boots. Yes, please. Okay, easy scrap doesn't work. Luckily it doesn't break the regular. Five characters that I deleted eons ago have reappeared on my character list. Oh lord, I need to start documenting these. You know, I need to start writing all of these down. What are all the weird and wacky things that people are finding today? So many Q3 materials are getting reset. Most fun this morning I've had in a long time. Yeah, I tried to stay away from the auction house, mostly because I don't want the finger pointed my direction for people doing crazy, stupid things in the auction house. But yes, there is most definitely some wild stuff going on in the auction house. We took a little bit of a look at the enchants, for example. Weapon enchants specifically. Like, it was clear that some people had reset the quality 3 enchants, but they'd left all of the quality 2 ones there, where the obvious thing to also do is just to like hoover up all of the quality 2s and reset the price on those as well. Because the quality 2s used to be the byproduct. They're no longer a byproduct. You can choose to make quality 2 and it has a crafting cost. You can choose to make quality 3 and it has that same crafting cost plus concentration. Now, obviously, people aren't going to want the quality 2s, but you don't want people to have... If you're being real sneaky goblin, you don't want people to have an easy choice to just, oh, well, I'll just pick up a quality 2 instead then. You want to bring the price of the quality 2 stuff up as well. To make it so that that quality 3 reset actually works. But yeah, I bet there's wild things going on. We took a little bit of a look, but didn't go into too much detail because I'm a little bit out of touch with retail and the, you know, what people want and when they need it and what the prices were. I spent far too much time on beta. Nice little case study for the War Within launch. Well, yeah, obviously as it stands now, it's a little bit like a practice run for some people, I guess. A bit of a practice run because people are going to be like, oh, I want to craft a whole bunch of quality 3 things to go and sell, and now I can't. Now I have to use this concentration. Wait, how much of this concentrate? Wait, I can make 5 potions? You know? People will be like, what? I'm kind of tempted to put a little bit of a 11.0 day 1 survival guide for goblins out there, just sort of like as a small mini introduction to concentration. Because it'll be the first time some people will have seen it. There's a strong chance that, you know, players won't have paid any attention to any War Within footage because it was tagged with the War Within. But it's live, it's official now. There'll be some people that will be experiencing concentration for the first time. In fact, one thing I can do. Actually. Curiosity. No, I was just wondering if my concentration video was receiving any more views than it normally would do. Oh, dungeon queue. Every time I join, it says there's a new talent point available, and every time it's a lie.
Is now in session. Class dismissed. I can never die.
Oh, but there's definitely a pumper in here.
Takes some real Try your luck.
What's the regeneration of concentration? It takes about 48 hours for it to regenerate from 0 to 1,000.
It's dizzy.
So there'll be a lot of people that will log on today. They'll burn a bunch of it, or they'll burn it all, and then they'll be relatively surprised that it takes 2 days for it to come back to life. It's gonna be fun.
Getting tired? Isn't it you two
That is based upon what it is on the beta, though. I'm assuming it's the same. I'm assuming they haven't changed it, but the build that we have, the build that we seem to have for pre-patch right now, is definitely an older one than what we've been playing on the beta, because NPC orders are still called NPC orders. They've been renamed patron orders for a couple of weeks on beta now, but they're still called NPC orders in retail today.
Did you forget, girl? I am the Dark Master. I command the undead.
I won't let you.
Now turn your lovely rune blades on our guests and fetch me their bone.
I can't fight him.
Now, Lillian, it is time. What?
Die, necromancer!
The bones. You wretch!
I think if you were boosting yourself with a twink, this is remix is definitely faster by quite some way. I think the nice thing is that you're probably going to be able to mostly avoid doing the raids almost, it feels. If you don't, like, I know that's going to massively reduce your cloak experience, but I'm not strictly sure that it even matters. Maybe Blizzard did a cloud strike, deployed the wrong patch. How funny would that be? It would be amusing, wouldn't it? Those numbers keep bouncing. I don't have multi-shot yet. The flipping hell's multi-shot gone? Wow, we don't get multi-shot till down here now. Flipping hell. Right, let's see if I can squeeze in a quick bathroom break before this queue pops. Back in 2. Woo, that was good timing. That was fantastic timing. I wonder if we get to 25 and go do the raid, whether that ends up being like nearly enough to get to 70. Well, no, it probably won't, will it? Because we still need to do about the same amount of dungeons. If you'd pre-leveled, you'd be able to cheese it a little bit more. I'm not really doing this in a super optimized fashion, though. That's the thing. Oops. Is TSM broken at the moment? TSM has been updated. 4.14, I think, launched earlier. You might want to check that it has actually updated. But I would also expect, like most things, that everything is just a little bit broken today. The fact that things like Warbank and stuff is all completely switched off means there might be an awful lot of stuff that like has been set up in add-ons that just isn't going to function because it's half of it switched off in the game still. Fighting itself with a patch. Yeah, that's kind of how I think it's likely to be. Once the actual patch works properly and all of the functions have been turned on, then maybe add-ons might, even add-ons that have been proactive, might work again. This is why I'm just messing around with remix characters at the moment, just purely on the basis that retail is in a shit state. It's an absolute shitstorm. We could go out and we could mess around and we could do some transmog farming and stuff. That's entirely an option. But I'm more inclined, after having a little bit of a play around with this so far this morning, to keep this morning's stream a little bit shorter. But then throw the stream up again this evening and see how much more has switched on. One, two, three, four, five. So we've done 6 dungeons. It's usually 8 to get to 25. So the early leveling doesn't seem to have made much difference. It's going to be the fact that 60 to 70s had like nearly all of its XP shaved off. So roughly the same concept, I think, is going to be. I need to find... Does anybody have a link to the XP curve graph of what they changed? Because I think the most dramatic changes were in that sort of 50 plus range. 1 to 40-ish, I don't think had its XP really changed at all. It's because it's not a linear change when they do. There we go. Guys have got my back. So yeah, there's a slight reduction in what's needed by about 18% up until you get to level 50, and then it's massive reduction. So this is why the remix strategy is going to be basically the same. But it just fundamentally means you open your mailbox earlier, because all the stacked up experience is going to benefit you most 50 plus. And then by the time you're looking at 60 plus, 60 to 70s had like a 70-ish% reduction on it. Activate your Warband map on the remix tunes. Oh, hello, let's try that. Warband collection. Toy box. I favorited it, didn't I? Where's it gone? And boom, boom, caches for days. All the bronze. Oh, that's like, what was that? 3,000 bronze, literally for free. That's quite funny. Plus all the stats. Make a brand new level 10 character. Press toy button. Spend 3,000 bronze, delete character, rinse, repeat.
Do not relax. Keep firing. Let none
New bronze
escape.
farming strategy, 3,000 bronze a second. That's quite funny. That's not going to help you get bronze on a single character, but if you want it on an account-wide range, that's pretty spicy.
Did you hear? Attack! Attack! Kill them! Don't just sit. I bleed.
It's also given me the
But I won't.
the flight change button as well.
No! Stop!
A way to buy the cheap stuff for sure. Yeah, anything under 3,000 bronze can like literally is basically free now. Maybe we can do that today. Maybe we can go on a bit of a bronze shopping spree. I don't necessarily know where all my bronze is or how much of it I've got, but I've probably got the best part of 500,000 bronze on my characters somewhere. And I've still probably got a lot of stuff I need to buy with bronze that I just hadn't. I'm not even sure on some of my level 70s if I've picked up the 40k free bronze, you know. Nobody else is here.
Another chance to test my might. By the likes of...
Is the warband bugged? Yeah, it's disabled currently. It will turn on when they've fixed it, which, who knows. I'm not holding my breath for this warbank anytime soon, though. I'm pretty convinced that it could be down for some time. There must have been, like, for them to not be able to have it switched on at all, there must have been, like, some real critical issue with it. So yeah, I wouldn't be holding your breath on the bank. It's much better that they just keep it switched off until they definitely know that it works. The last thing they need is like items getting duplicated all over the place. Blizzard will never use the word duplication because they still have a pretty strict rule on denying the fact that it ever even happens. But that is absolutely 100% the reason it's broken right now. How many dungeons does it take to get to level 70? Well, if I can remember off the top of my head, you do about 8 dungeon runs. You do about 8 heroics to get to a level 25. You save up the bonus tokens from doing that. Then you go do a Mogoshon Vaults run on normal, not LFR, for clarity, not LFR, with a bunch of actual people. You get 12% cloak per boss. You'll step out of Mogoshon Vaults at like 25, 26. You don't gain much experience in Mogoshon Vaults. You just do it for the thread bonus. Then you probably do enough dungeons to get to about level 35. And technically at that point you're meant to go and do Heart of Fear. But you might, with the XP reduction, by that point already have enough to slingshot your way to 70. That's why we're doing it now. I don't exactly know, but it's about 8 to begin with. You want to get to 25 first is the main thing. Would be a little bit sad if little Timmy deposited their gold to renew their month and it just gets thrown into the void. Just piss it into the wind. Some of these have got to be gear upgrades, haven't they? We're waiting on dungeon queues. We might as well keep gear up to speed. Even got a pair of shoulders on, look. 6, that's an upgrade. Guy on Reddit said the same. 25 Mogoshon Vault, 35 then open tokens. Yeah, I think it's around level 36 you can open the tokens. So you probably do whatever you need to do to get to 25. That one Mogoshon Vaults run gives you 70, I think it's 72% on your cloak. And by that point, you're only a few heroic dungeons away from being able to open everything. It's never an exact science because you get some dungeons give more XP tokens than others. I think Scholarmancer's a good one because it's 5 bosses, whereas like Scarlet Monastery, for example, is only 3. Most people who do the Jade Storms, no, which one is it? The first one, not this one. Or only, I think most of them are only 3 bosses. You only get 3 XP tokens at a time. It's definitely faster though. Definitely faster. It's shaved a handful of levels off. Shaved a handful of levels off needed before you open your tokens. It's also kind of shaved off the second 2 raid, the necessity to do the second 2 raids, I think. Which are actually proving to be a little bit more difficult because there's not as many people playing Remix anymore. I mean, the logic is you just set your own group up and you'll still find them, but the time it takes you to just run an extra couple of heroic dungeons probably time better spent. Does the XP token calculator Weakora still work and have the right numbers and maths in it? Well, the one I'm using right now had an update and claims to be updated. I am yet to fully test it. I will wait until it says open mail and then I will open mail and see if we get 70 out of it. If we do, it's updated and it works. If we open mail and it doesn't work, we know it's still broken. Because I haven't done the maths myself. Like the actual maths. We are actually only a dungeon or 2 maybe away from doing a Mogoshon Vaults run. So if anybody else is doing this right now, needs a Mogoshon Vaults run, wants 72% on a character, or if there's any froggers out there that want to spend 5 minutes boosting through Mogoshon Vaults quickly, I would appreciate. Maybe log on to your Remix tune if you're not too busy. But I appreciate it's patch day, so people are doing their own thing. Am I accidentally the only one here? Whoops. Oh well, you got this. Let me do the link for this one. This is the one I'm using. This one in the top corner. Can confirm the cross-realm guild invites are working at least. Okay, that's cool.
Yes, yes, yes. So close. Just a pinch of oomph.
If it, yeah, I know it's probably in the stream title and things that we're going to make the new guild today. I did have all intentions to do it. There's part of me though that feels it's a bit odd starting a brand new guild and then going away for a week. Unless I can get a handful of people in there, give them officer status and just let them run it for a week. Oh, hang on. Wife's calling. Please hold. Be right back.
Too bitter. Just a drop of honey and a cane of sugar and maybe some corn. Yes, more corn. Yes, yes. No, 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 no. Yes, no. Peppers. No! What is that thing? It doesn't matter. Nothing will stop me now. Not when I'm so close. Maybe if I don't look at it.
Right, we're back. We're good. People are getting nuked, you know. There's definitely some scaling changes that have kicked in, throwing some people random ass level 42, level 70. Level 70s don't have a great time at the moment if they're fresh. I'm probably safe in assuming that it isn't even like intended nerfs or anything. It's just purely the fact that so many abilities and everything have changed that when shit scales, it just goes whack.
Is that your wallet?
This is unfortunately the issue with scaling.
Both, I hope.
It's a great technology that means they can implement changes remarkably fast, but it also has very frequent, unforeseen changes other places else in the game. Greelock, thank you very much for the prime. Appreciate it. Welcome in, welcome in. Right, I think we've got probably one more heroic dungeon. Maybe two, in fact, looking at this. XP got hit hard before I updated the calculator. I didn't have enough EXP at level 36 with 40 dungeon and 18 raid tokens. Now I'm 70 with 31 tokens left. Wait. You got hit hard before I updated the calculator. Okay. Windows Shift arrow no longer seems to work to move the screen window to another screen. Oh, I am not trying that on stream. I am not trying that on stream. I've already had stream issues today. Although, to be fair, since I made some OBS changes, everything seems to have been smooth as silk, so hopefully the changes I made helped. Must admit, it feels weird being level 22 and still not having multi-shot, you know. I can't remember if that was a thing previously, but I feel naked without multi-shot. One weapon from Blackrock Foundry, 118 gold. Yeah, the item level of everything's been jacked up. This is probably what's caused that. Where's the level 60 character boost? I spotted this the other day. The level 60 character boost used to give you item level 181 gear, I think it was. If somebody's got the Wowhead link to this blue post that I'm talking about. They've jacked it up to about item level 300, 330-ish. Which is the same item level to what you used to ding level 70 at. So they've moved the item level banding up loads, and in doing that, the knock-on effect is it's increased the item level of all the gear that drops from old content, meaning that the raw gold value of it all is skyrocketed as well. It's probably going to mean that they now have to go back and pull it all down again manually. Which basically means if you're going to go out and do some transmog farming, this week is the week to do it, because you'll also make some reasonable raw gold at the same time. Another one of those weird scaling related issues. Dream Surge gear is 425, good for alts. That's true, you should be able to buy that Dream Surge gear on like any character that has Dream Surge coalescence as well. Actually, believe it or not, scarily, I've got some level 70 characters that are so far behind with their gear, I should probably look at doing something like that.
It appears that the tale of Zhao Sunseeker has come to life before us. According to the legend, long ago,
why is there like nobody in this dungeon doing anything?
sky. When the winds blew, their intense heat caused great wildfires. Crops wilted, villages burned.
480 gears coming with the event.
Endlessly to seek refuge from
Yeah. But that means I've got to do the event. And I'm not sure how much of the event I'm going to be doing, truth be told.
They are burning the Please, heroes.
I'm led to believe the pre-patch event is very grindy, and it's very stand around waiting for something to happen for half an hour and then do something for 2 minutes, which doesn't excite me. So with my schedule being so, by the time I get back from my mini vacation, I think my schedule is going to be so busy with getting content ready for the War Within that I might not spend too much time actually doing the pre-patch event, so I might take the lower but quicker route. It's weirdly one of the first pre-patch events I'm not really that excited for. But that's probably because pre-patch events historically for me have been like, oh, what, now this is the time to quickly finish leveling those characters. But because of Remix, I don't need the pre-patch event to level the remaining characters on my account quickly. That's in the space of 2 hours I can have a new level 70 anyway. And I think by the time that people have optimized and figured this out a bit more, you're looking at like sub 60-minute level 70s, which is mental. I still haven't gone to the degree of loading up 4 separate accounts to level 4 characters at once. But imagine that if you were leveling 4 characters to level 70 in about an hour. one brand new level 70 every 15 minutes on average. That is mental sauce. And I reckon that is close to being possible. I'm not showcasing it very well here and now, but I'm sure it's a thing. Boosting 3 on a starter account. You're best off boosting 4. If you can, just because that means you won't have to interact with the public. Because whilst there's still technically nothing wrong with doing what you're doing, there's always flipping Jobsworths out there that just don't like it and will report you because of it. You're best off doing it like maybe one character, but even then, not really. You're best off doing it 4 and 1. They can't kick me as though I'm the group of 4. Oh, it's not about being kicked. That's not a problem. It's not about being kicked. It's the false reports that will come your way that's the issue. Boosting 4 with a 476 gear cap tune. It's insanely fast. Yeah. Yeah, I could be doing the same. I could use my main hunter to just power level through. I've got a level 20 twink monk, brewmaster monk anyway, on another account. The only reason I'm not doing it now is because I just wanted to sort of see what it looks like from a normal perspective before we go into full cheese. And I'm going to be honest, I had absolutely no plans on doing this today. My plans were to mess around with the Warbank, get all of my materials in order, and then do a little bit of crafting and see how that works out. But those plans kind of went in the bin when the Warbank didn't work. I should have kind of expected that, if I'm honest, but
Grant me strength.
I didn't think.
The cycle must the haze has been lifted from my eyes. Forgive me for doubting you.
Can confirm a friend got one of their accounts temporarily banned for a week when they were boosting themselves with level 20. Yeah, like I said, it's not that you're doing anything wrong. It's just the fact that some people, you'll you know, if you encounter enough random people, there'll be enough random people do random things. If you encounter enough random people, there's the unfortunate chance that some of you will report you just because they don't like what you're doing. Ooh, somebody wants to go again. I need to get to 25, so group wasn't great, but we'll take it. Where you hide, play solo. Yeah, that's it. It's why you got to do it on 4. You got to be able to fill all 5 party members yourself. 1 trial account, 4 paid accounts. It's not cheap to do it that way, but like I said, when you can get a level 70 incredibly quick. Your problem for a lot of people though is that those 4 characters are then on 4 random accounts. You then need to do something with those once the war within to justify keeping them online, sort of thing. Shouldn't be too problem if you can get profession set up on them nice and fast, but what's going on here? Who are we missing? We're missing a DPS of all things. Sure. Trank shot before I've even got multi-shot. This starter build is terrible. Actually terrible. Bought every knowledge point with my farming alt. Saved around 3.5 weeks in herbs and mining. Only about 13 weeks to go. Should have started earlier. Okay. I mean, I've not, but I've got all of my professions capped out on knowledge points, but the gathering ones. I was like, never going to do that. I am never going to go back to a past expansion to do any leveling. Any gathering. I don't do gathering in the, like, I can't find it in me to do gathering in the current expansion, never mind past expansions. Ran into a random grey pair of pants from Legion in my bank worth 196 gold. Vexing Armada, if anybody cares. Just thought it was funny. Yeah, a lot of the vendor trash has been jacked up in price today. It's clearly a bug of scaling. Not really strictly intended, and it will probably get hot fixed soon. But it's one of those that exploit early, exploit often. Take advantage of it while it's about. Sure, there's no harm in doing so. Of course, don't quote me on that. Right, last dungeon before we ding 25. We ding 25, we should be able to go do a quick Mogashon Vaults run. And it might only be a couple of more dungeons, if any more, to be honest. The toy map that giving bronze allows you to do a few early quests, and then you can buy 2 of the armor mogs. Yeah, 3,000 bronze basically for free in about 10 seconds is quite funny. Oh, level 25 Brewmaster Monk. Brewmaster Monk that's actually leveling, that's an interesting one. Also check the sales values as some are just tooltips, i.e. Grey said it sold for 2 gold plus, but it actually sold for only 87 silver. Oh, are they not actually also selling for the prices that they claim to be? Oh, that's very strong an indication that it's completely bugged then. Mining in Wintergrasp on the weekends, early with coffee, super chill in the old expansion mining. The titanium, I guess. Titanium and Saronite. I mean, yeah, if you can find enjoyment in farming, it's a nice way to chill out and make a bit of gold at the same time. I just really can't find that enjoyment in farming. Never have. There has to be some serious profits in it for me to consider farming. I much prefer being able to do things that have like a long-term benefit effect. This is why I don't mind spending time leveling characters like this, because I know there's a long tail effect to this. Having more characters means I can have more crafting professions. Crafting I've always enjoyed mostly down to the fact that you can collect more crafting recipes, then you can craft that thing as much as you want forever once you've got the recipe. Farming is like quick hit, instant gratification, but it doesn't provide you any tangible bonus the second you stop farming. So is why I've always considered farming as a way to like make that first little bit of gold, and then once you've got enough gold to play with professions, just expand from there. But there's also many times during an expansion where farmers just absolutely make a killing. I'm kind of tempted to inflict a rule on myself, the War Within, of that each and every week we should get our farming stuff done first before I'm allowed to touch crafting. Just so then I do actually keep my gathering characters up to speed. If I enforce that rule upon myself, I'll spend a couple of hours just quickly getting it done and out of the way. But I'm not sure if that will make me hate it even more.
Everything must burn. None shall know the Scarlet Crusades. Shame. You too shall be.
There are these profession yeah, the profession achievements. There's something else I haven't done, honestly. Do. Did our tank just run straight to the end and then get absolutely nuked? Definitely things hit a little bit harder today in Remix, it feels. I've seen more deaths today than I think I have ever in Remix. Hunter privilege, I can stand out the way of most of it. Ah, no! I took the bonus experience. It flipping moved in the list. Damn. Alright, well, that's my only mistake so far. We hit 25 anyway. Right, quick Mogashon Vaults run, I guess, then. Raids, Mr. Pandaria, start group, Mogashon Vaults, 10-man normal. Quick run. Where the flipping hell is it? It's up here somewhere, isn't it? Wait. Oh, there we go. Dungeon difficulty set to normal, scaling 1 to 5. Wait. What the flipping hell is that as a message? No. Huh? Maybe that's always said that. Maybe I've just never noticed. That was a nice quick group. That was a nice quick group. Speedy. Is that maybe because follower dungeons are a thing? Oh. If Dragonflight is the... If Dragonflight's the default leveling experience now, you also will have follower dungeons from level 10 all the way to 70, I believe. Is something else that will have been implemented today, which could be why that sounds different. So yeah, technically you can just do follower dungeons all the way to 70. Lol. $10 to 61 it says, but maybe it's really to 70. I can't easily check here and now, but I suspect you can probably do follower dungeons literally all the way to 70 now. I'm on a level 13, about to do one. I'd be interested to see how the scaling in there works on like really lowby level characters. That could be wildly broken.
The Mogul held considerable power over the stones of the earth. Their magic lingers on, even centuries later. The large Quilans seem to be guarding that door. Tread carefully, lest you wake them.
Right, boom, boom, shake the room. Oh wait, we got 476 in the group who popped cooldowns and shit didn't insta-die. Definitely hard nerfed. Defo hard nerfed.
The door mechanism seems to have activated with the demise of the Guardians. I fear what we may find with
I haven't got details on. Maybe I should switch details on real quick.
We seem to have awakened a spirit of some kind.
Why is there so many pissing modules for details? Oh, is details bust, is it? Maybe I shouldn't turn it on then.
We have disturbed.
Oh.
Should not have been disturbed.
Let's see what happens.
Your souls, mortals. These are the horrors of the
Oh yeah, it's just hardcore nuke. I mean, it works, but it's constantly going wrong.
Grant me the power of the earth.
Okay, I can do without that, I think.
Oh, exalted one. If they only knew what horrors await. Feng the Accursed was betrayed by 4 emperors of the Mogul. This is not the last we have seen of Feng. The Zandalari, ancient allies of the Mogul.
Oh, I'm desperately playing catch up. Run, little goblin, run.
I am sorry I did not tell you earlier. These
Just got on. Am I in for a shit show if I log on now? I've been reading Reddit and it looks like Prepatch is a dumpster fire. There's a lot of stuff that is not doing what it's expected to do. Warbands are just... the war bank is just completely disabled. Switched off. Not activated. There's some weird things going on with the currency conversion for a bunch of people. Currency's going missing, currency's not being transferred, the likes. Incredibly laggy. Yes, that is also one that's causing issues. Basically, everything that you expect could go wrong, kind of probably has. But this is exactly the reason we have Prepatch. Because Blizzard have learnt their lesson in the past that you can't avoid this process, unfortunately. You can do all the planning in the world, but there are just some things that can't be planned for. Now, doing this here and now is a much better solution than trying to do this on the launch day of an expansion. That's when shit gets messy. Most add-ons are still nuked. And even ones that have had some updates are still a bit busted, but that's presumably because half the game is switched off right now. I like watching the stream from the start. Don't know if you figured out how to see the new profession stuff in the War Within. You didn't, you can link the profession to yourself and then select the expansion pack. Ah, yeah, that was the hack. I knew there was a hack. Thank you. Yes, there is a hack. I remember that from last time. Yes, yes, yes. Once this dude dings level 70, we'll go and have a little bit of a look at it then.
The Demented? According to these texts,
Meng was the most foul and maniacal ruler to ever abuse.
Just do some weapon mog farms on Remix. That is a safe thing to do. Although, raw gold for old raids, any sort of 50 plus raid, level 50 plus raid right now, is dishing out mad raw gold. So if you're out doing some transmog farming today, maybe prioritize the higher tier stuff. Don't go do vanilla stuff. Go do like BFA raids or something. You'll make a bit of a killing even if you don't get the transmog you want. Because scaling has gone a little bit wonky.
The sentence is death.
Down he goes. Another one bites the dust.
Passage has opened beneath the platform. This way. Look at the dust along the floor. These dark halls have not seen footfalls for many centuries. I hear a faint humming. It is coming from this direction.
17k bronze already on this dude as well. It's not bad, is it really? I wonder if I've actually got enough bronze to get everything now. Probably should have. I was using an add-on called Syndicate, wasn't I, to track my bronze across all of my characters. Should turn that one on and see if that works. Add-ons... It might not remember all of my past characters. I might still need to log into them anyway. See if my game dies when I turn it on. Syndicator. That
Pulses with energy, but feels unlike any we have seen so far. Fascinating. I have never heard.
Okay, now monkey speed has died on me. I didn't even know I turned monkey speed on. Okay, I've got 444,000 bronze apparently, according to this little tracker. You can see I've got 70k on a bunch of characters. Clearly characters I've dinged to 70 and then done nothing with. Bronze Mule has got 125,000 bronze. Okay. 250,000 bronze has got to be enough, right? Do I have ATT switched on?
Senses online.
Magnificent. It talks. This seems beyond what we thought the Mogul were capable of.
Identification matrix mismatch. Entering defensive mode.
Oh dear, this could get messy. I will observe from a safe.
Drawing from reserve.
Okay, we'll do that in a minute. I think it's going a bit funky because I'm in combat. If you're going to be clearing out your bronze, be sure to select all the classes when you go to the class vendor. I've almost missed some sets. Yeah, I might have to have a little... make sure I do this methodically and properly.
The machine has been destroyed, and so the Mogul's power weakens. These discs look familiar, but I cannot place their origin.
Yeah, no, agree now. I think it's almost time for some food. We might ding this dude level 70. And I might go get some food. There's a strong chance I'll throw the stream up tonight as well. I'm conscious that I'm going away for a week, so I kind of want to get some stuff done. I really wanted Warbands to play with. I'm so disappointed we can't play with Warbands yet. It was the one thing I was looking forward to playing with. I wanted to spend loads of gold. I wanted to spend 3 million gold unlocking the 5th tab.
An actual functional Mogu construct
I
machine.
wanted to get all my materials in order. I wanted to do some crafting from the Warbank to see how that played out, like, in reality. I've obviously seen it plenty of times on, like, the beta and stuff, but it hits different when it's on live. This has been a smooth run. Appreciate it, boys and girls. My main is missing from the list. A few people have said the same, that apparently not all of the characters are showing. If you use the search bar for the character name, it will show it. For some reason, it's not showing them all. Seems like the XP required hasn't changed much for up to like level 40. No, the curve has been so that the vast majority of the XP changes happen at like level 50 plus. So 1 to 50 is about the same, but 50 plus you need only a fraction of the experience you needed previously. So you still basically have to do a similar thing. Get to 25, then you do Mogashon Vaults. Then you get to like 35, and then you pop all your tokens.
The Emperor's army will crush the Emperor's foes.
Art Fear's not going so smooth. I guess we'll find out if we actually still need to do Heart of Fear. Wonder if we can get, maybe, if you're close enough, it's worth maybe not bothering with Heart of Fear and just doing a couple more heroics. As long as you don't queue into any dumb dungeon, you'll probably be fine. Nice, that was smooth though. Appreciate that, boys and girls. Thank you, thank you. Let's get
How much do we not know about the dark secrets of the Mogu?
couple more heroics on the go.
I fear that our war against our ancient enemies is still far from over.
See, what's going to happen first? Are we going to get a dungeon queue, or is it going to teleport us out? $300 verse. 600 verse. How do I disable add-ons on the Warband screen? Oh, the menu at the top. You have to go into options and then you have to go into options and do it from there. Oh no, it's putting thing on cooldown. Yeah, there's no direct button for it anymore. That confused me earlier, you know. Yeah, so now we're level 25, and technically we only need 1.5 million XP still. Which I think at this point previously it was like 3-4 mil or something. So a couple of heroic dungeons, that 1.5 mil is going to disappear really fast. With 200% experience gain. 12 dungeons in the Mogashon Vaults. Oh, and a Heart of Fear run. 250. Okay, we might have a few more dungeons to do then. See, a lot of people planning on doing alt armies think the market for alchemy tailoring cooldown items might be too saturated. Yeah, I spoke about this a little bit earlier, so I won't go into too much detail, but yes. Yes. I think those players who have lots of characters, if you have lots of, let me put it to you this way, if you have lots of characters, and you have lots of characters because they're remix characters, maybe consider something other than tailoring and alchemy. Since there's already a shitload of players who are going to have tailoring and alchemy. That's, you know, that's using yesterday's tactics to try and make gold tomorrow. That might not work very well. Okay, that's a misrepresentation. It'll probably still work, but there's probably much better options. With how concentration works, you should be spreading your spec trees wide, not narrowly focused on one cooldown. There is so many better ways to use an alt army, I think. But because, you know, people have maybe people feel like they missed out on like Dracothist's alt army and tailoring bolt alt army in Dragonflight, that they're like going to try and they've leveled characters and remix, and then they're going to try and do that in the War Within. But those players will already be behind the curve. That concept will be done to death by then. It'll be time to do something different. Time to do something slightly more sophisticated. You could still quite comfortably use tailoring and alchemy as the professions if you've already got those professions. But there is also something to be said that on your alt army characters, if there's any form of profession shuffle that is viable and useful when the expansion goes live, you might also want to be doing that, meaning you might need to drop those professions anyway. Go pick up a bunch of others first. Don't know what to do with my mop remix ones. I mean, you know, if you want to, you know, the way to simplify things is to do the same thing on every single character. So then you don't really have to think. You just cycle through them quickly and do the same thing every time. But you need to understand that that's going to be the same thing that most other people are going to be doing. The main advantage, and this is maybe where it's been slightly misrepresented by content creators like myself, is that from the word go, we've said very quickly that alt armies might be super powerful in the War Within. I don't think many people really understood why they were going to be really powerful in the War. No, people have just assumed that it's the tailoring and the alchemy cooldowns that's the reason. That's the reason an alt army has been powerful in Dragonflight. That's not the reason they're going to be powerful in the War Within.
You have bested our most junior of students.
The reason alt armies are going to be powerful in the War Within is because every character with every profession is going to be hindered by this little bar in the top corner of your screen that says concentration. That you only have 1,000 concentration. The reason alt armies are powerful is because every time you add another character, that's another 1,000 concentration you can potentially spend. And it's smart usage of that concentration where you are going to squeeze your profits from. So let's say a character can make 10,000 gold profit a day by spending their concentration. You've only got one character you've got 2 professions, maybe you make 20,000 a day on that one character. But if you have 10 characters, all of a sudden you have the potential to make 200,000 a day. But it's using that concentration in different areas wherever it's most useful. Not necessarily laser focusing everything in on one craft, hoping that that one craft is magically profitable, because it might not end up being. How to use the 60k concentration a day, though, that would be the question. Well, this is where there's, you know, you might, this is why spreading yourself wide rather than super narrow is the best approach, right? If you've got a bunch of characters, spread your professions out, level up a bunch of different professions across a bunch of different, you know, just rotate through. There's 8 main crafting professions, you know. Spread it out. Give yourself an equal amount of each one. Make one of everything, and then make a second of everything, and then make a third of everything. See how far your enthusiasm goes for keeping this old army up and running. Is.
I could scarcely throw a punch, but after years of training, I can do.
And if you keep those characters like well optimized throughout the weeks, keep their knowledge points ticking over, make sure you keep doing, you know, your NPC orders and stuff, make sure you keep the knowledge points flowing. Those characters slowly but surely over the months will become like jack of all trades characters, and when you've got like 20, 30 jack of all trades characters, you're going to be able to react very quickly to anything that is needed with a huge pool of concentration. Right, where's the ones doing all of the regeneration? Have we killed all of those yet? No, there's one back there. Yeah, I've heard about this no bonus XP add-on. This week it works fine for me. And today, at least, it works. That's the most important thing for me today, that it just works. I'm not sure if that add-on's been updated. This has. Is the new guild up and running yet? No. No. I've half backed out of getting it set up today, just because I'm about to go away for a week. And I think it probably makes a little bit more sense for me to set up a guild when I'm actually here. There's no rush. As long as we get it up and running before the war within, we're all good. Yeah, I will either get it set up later today, or I'll look at getting it set up when I get back off my vacation. The add-on picks up everything without the XP ones, which is useful. Yeah. Yeah. I know there's an advantage to using it. I just haven't. To utilize the extra concentration in that way, wouldn't it be a much higher time investment per character? You'd have to ensure they all have broad enough reach that you've picked something good. Well, no, you just do what you would do normally. For reference, whatever it takes for you to set up a the Mataji alt properly is probably 100 to 150 knowledge points. You just, whatever you need to do to get those knowledge points, you just spend it in a different direction on a bunch of different characters with a bunch of different professions. It shouldn't, in theory, be too much more effort. A lot of your knowledge points can come from NPC work orders, by the looks of things, in the War Within, meaning you won't really have to go out and do too much to gain knowledge on those alts each week. Sure, you might want to fly around for 20 minutes, pick up some treasures, maybe, but I don't know. It's once again, it's one of those things that the reason alt armies worked so effectively in Dragonflight was because not everybody had one, right? It was that, like, if you had 20 characters, you were in a unique position because most people had 1 or 2 characters. That advantage of having mass quantity of characters isn't the advantage anymore. Like, it's because of Remix, it's way possible for many players to also have 20 characters. So you have to play it smarter. You have to level up. You have to then be doing the thing that's the thing that other people aren't able to do. So maybe you putting the effort into those 20 characters rather than just doing the bare minimum is what then becomes the needed thing to do.
Hatred has fled my body, and the monastery as well. I must thank you, stranger.
The easy route is usually not the profitable route.
In your debt.
Right, I might do one more dungeon and then I might go get me some food. I don't think quite going to hit level 70 with this dude today. Or in this sitting. We've been leveling this dude for a little under 2 hours. But obviously I've had a few times of about 5 minutes average, I reckon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've done 11 dungeons. We've had queue times each time. So we could probably shave off. We could have done this twice as fast if I was, 1, boosting myself, and 2, didn't have queue times. So it's definitely very quick still. With the cooldown approach, I thought that once you can create the cooldown items well enough, you're kind of done with the upfront time and effort cost. To a degree, but you are, you know, there's a significant difference between. There's the difference between getting access to the recipe, and then there's going to be a big difference between optimizing it. This is another thing that I don't think people have really quite considered with the alt armies going into the War Within. They're not going to be cheap to set up. You are going to need, on your alt armies, you are going to need them to get to skill 100, which is no easy thing, especially if you're hyper-focused on something. The path to skill 100 is not very favourable in the War Within. You often are going to need to dedicate some playtime to get that done in the first place. You might have to go out and get very specific recipes. It might, if you end up leaving it in the hands of RNG, need to just wait weeks and weeks and weeks for NPC orders. You are secondly going to need top quality tools, which means you are also going to need artisan security. So there's a lot more setup involved in the War Within, even doing like alt army tailoring cooldown stuff. You've kind of got to really be playing that profession somewhat consistently. Just because of how the War Within works, that you are going to be in a position where you will absolutely want every advantage you can get your hands on. And some of those advantages come from places that they didn't in Dragonflight. In Dragonflight, Inspiration did the heavy lifting. Inspiration's gone. So it's probably not going to be a thing. At least not in the first patch. It's not going to be a thing where you can spend an hour and you'll have an alt set up. It will be an hour to get the recipe, to press the button, and then it will be consistent effort on top of that. You'll be farming artisan security, you'll be gathering treasures, you'll be gaining knowledge points, you'll be doing everything you can. You'll be grinding currency potentially on those alts as well. There's a lot more work that's going to go into these alt characters. I just think it's going to come as a bit of a surprise to people. Just having 50 characters isn't the hard work anymore.
What are they doing to our elemental?
And like with most things, those who try hardest win most.
Beer monsters? Yes, so close. Just a pinch of... Oops.
Why are we still locked in Remix and not let free to normal? Yeah, there's quite a lot of call at the moment for people to be able to take their Remix characters out and play with them on proper retail now.
Too bitter. Just a drop of honey and a cane of sugar and...
I'm not really sure why Blizzard haven't let people do that. Although there's part of me that thinks that it's kind of the Kiss curse of, okay, you can level these characters super quick, but you can't have, you know, you can't have them till the War Within. There's like a future investment, not one that you can take advantage of now.
Yes.
Kind of like when you were a kid and you knew that your parents had bought your Christmas present, but you're still not really allowed it until Christmas. And you'd get annoyed. Sorry, your parents had suggested to Santa what you should have for Christmas, but Santa still wouldn't deliver it until... Not shatter the illusion.
Nothing will stop me now. Not what I'm
Spoiler alert.
Maybe if I don't look at it. This group is all terrible. Disgusting. See you here tomorrow? Such harmony of flavor. Such heady aroma. It is the perfect...
Okay, yeah, this number's going down pretty quick. If we get like a couple more dungeons in, I reckon, a couple more dungeons and then the Heart of Fear run, and then we'll be easy. In fact, I'm not even sure we're going to need the Heart of Fear run particularly. Few more dungeon tokens and we should be good. I'm going to leave it there for now though, boys and girls. I'm going to go get me some food. There's a good chance I'll throw the stream up again this evening, and we can keep our fingers crossed they turn the war bank back on. That was the one thing I really wanted to play with today. But yeah, it's safe to say Remix is even faster than it was before. Like, super duper mega fast. If I'd optimized this run, we'd be level 70 already. Remix is even faster than it was because of the XP requirement reduction business. So yeah, the next few months, if you're missing a few characters and want a few more, do it now. Do it now. We've never seen anything quite this fast before. I've not really done any shameless promo today, and I really should have done. I have mostly finished. It's not 100% finished, but it's pretty much there. My Goblin Guide to the War Within. This thing is pretty much ready to rock and roll. available to my gold goblins over on Patreon. If you want to get a head start for the War Within with the professions, this is literally the Bible. The amount of detail in here is ridiculous. All of the one-time treasures are tracked. Leveling paths for all of the professions are tracked and calculated. Now, between now and the launch, things will change, and I'll do my best to keep it as up to date as possible. But this is available for those who wish to get a head start, plus those that wish to support the channel. That's available. I wonder if this works on Team YouTube. Should do. Or is Streamlabs not paying attention to Team YouTube? Maybe not. But yeah, boys and girls, enjoy the rest of your patch day. It's a little bit retail's a little bit busted today. You may not be able to do exactly everything that you wanted to do with add-ons not working particularly, and the Warbank not working particularly, and that sort of stuff. But welcome to patch day. It's good fun. It's good fun. I'm going to get some food, chill out for an hour or two, and then we might throw the stream up again this evening. So, enjoy the rest of your day. See you in a bit. Peace.